Ever since I built this in my Minecraft world, I wanted to build a mountain. And this is how I did that. Now, similarly to the last build, I'm gonna need a reference. But I kind of forgot to save said reference, so I'm just gonna have to take you to the planning so you can see what we're gonna build today. So to start off the mountain, we will have bouldery hills that are covered with grass. And then to the right of that, we'll have a steep cliff face that transitions into a slopey mountain. So I'm ready to get started on the... And now that I've went over the plan with you guys, we do need to clear out this entire forest. But while we're doing that, I want to get some automation running in the background, just so I don't have to farm for the rest of my life. So over here by my spawn chunk, I'm starting to build like a little industrial district. It's not too much, and all of this will be destroyed at some point. But we have a little makeshift sugarcane farm in here, a little cactus farm, and down here is where our moss farm is going to go, simply because I believe it's like 150 stacks of moss, and there's no way I'm going to farm that by hand. I already have the materials, and I'm following a tutorial by Basic Redstone, so shout out to them. That will be in the description. And the reason that I'm getting like moss and this wool is to make some vibrant grass in the area, because I believe it's like there's a little swamp in there and then spruce forest, so the biome colors aren't the greatest for having a vibrant area. So just collecting a whole bunch of this wool. This is about how much we need to stack in each of these slots. Yeah, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get this moss farm down real quick. Alright, the farm is done. It is all work. Oh, it's leaking a little bit. That should probably fine. So we should have an infinite source of moss. So now that that's done, I'm just gonna AFK here for like a good 15 or so minutes and just see how effective it is. I had to get away though because it is a little loud. Alright, that was super successful. I'm still gonna need to let it run for like a good amount of time because I don't actually know how much moss this is, but it is not enough. And since we have moss passively collecting, I can start chopping down all these trees. It needs to be from that mountain all the way to here, and then it goes pretty while back, so pretty much all these birch trees need to be gone. So it's definitely going to give me a good amount of wood, and then we can finally see like the blank canvas of where this mountain is actually going to go. So let's just get into that. And now that all of this terrain is gone, I know I said that I was just going to chop down the trees, but it wasn't that much. We actually need to go to a cave and collect a whole bunch of resources. With that being said, I think it's time to show you the blocks that I used. Alright, this is our block palette here. You know, we obviously got a lot of different shades, and I'm just going to start at the darkest here, pale oak. Mostly just for shadow, and then a lot of these grays are just to have a nice gradient. And come over here to the green. This is going to be the tops of all the mountains, and this is actually going to be a noise filter, so this isn't going to be like a gradient. Most of our resource collection will be focused on these main four, especially because I just do not have that much cobblestone at all. So I think it's time to catch up with me over at the cave. And I think I've found a decently sized cave, definitely enough resources. Only problem is it's a little too low, because all we really need down here is tough. But I mean, that shouldn't be a problem. I could just dig up. So I gotta set up this beacon real quick. Alright, and now I'm just ready to mine this whole place out, so let's just kick it into a time lapse. Okay, we finally have all of the resources that we need. I was not aware that acacia was going to be so horrible to gather. Yeah, but there's nothing really else to say, except I think we're just going to start building this. So, let's head into probably the biggest time lapse I've ever made, and let's start this. And there you have it. That is the entire mountain so far, at least, because we can let it go out this way. But I'm thinking that I'm most likely going to keep just like the grass here. I might get rid of the flowers, but I think the bluish grass kind of leads you more to the bright green up here. It just makes it all pop out more. So you see, this is where I was originally going to end this video, but you take a look at the mountain and it's starting to cover up with snow, and I think that's really clashing with kind of the green look that I was going for. And the best way to fix this is to farm some string, but I don't have any way to get string. There is a spider spawner right down here. Yeah, so here's the spider spawner, and I want to actually do a little bit of my own farm work, like the only thing in this world so far that I will personally build the farm for. So my idea is that we can either funnel up the spiders here or go down and funnel the items up here, because I want it to be convenient. Since this area will obviously be subject to change, I want to fit it in with what I want to do. So just a quick rundown. I want to stretch out the mountain over here. Like, this is going to be pushed back a little bit, but it will become a mountain, and over here is going to be a little valley. So I believe I'm going to take some of the brown and kind of get it over here. So the flooring here will most likely be coarse dirt, and I want it to be a sparse forest. So I thought it'd be cool if we can maybe fit this farm in like a tree trunk, only just like the stump of a tree here, and either the spiders come out in like a little hole and then we can kill them right here, or there's like a hidden barrel that we can grab string from. I need to figure out how I'm going to either bring the spiders up and then kill them, or how I'm going to get down there to kill the spiders. Now, I have got some armadillos because I learned the other day that they actually scare the spiders away. So I'm hoping that they can help us with this farm. Alright, so I got the two of them in boats right here. Alright, and I got them flying now. Alright, both of them are here. And now we are ready to start, hopefully. And unlike the other farms here that are not permanent, I do think I want this to be permanent because there's a spider spawner, and, you know, I'm not really sure where other ones can be. So I want this to be usable for a long time. And this is going to take me a lot of trial and error. You know, I barely even tested anything out for this, so I guess we'll see how it goes. So then I finished my first design by putting the armadillos in the corner of the spawn room like that. And when I finished, I realized that I wasn't actually in range of the spawn room at the killing chamber, so I had to scrap it. Oh wait, now they're spawning? What? Okay, but then now they're not spawning again. Apparently you need to be within 16 blocks. I might need to reroute this to where you get taken here and then up and then over here. I don't know. I will get back to this or get back to you guys as soon as I figure this out. This is very confusing. And the farm is now fully complete. I know that this does not fit in with the area at all, but I plan to have this whole valley sort of like a taiga, but not really like a snowy taiga. I just want it to be like a normal spruce biome. So pretty much I'm just saying it's not finished. This is just sort of the template for the area, but I do need to get our copper golem into this place, and you'll see why in a second. So we have our guy. Named him Termite because he's gonna live just in this tree. Here's the inside. I wish it was a little darker, but the sunlight's seeping through. And now he will just sort all of this into these chests, and he's gonna have to put it in that chest. In this chest, we have like a little hopper lock, and then it's hooked up to a dropper elevator. And if I didn't mess up the redstone while building this, it should just come up here. And whenever he puts in enough string to disable that lock, it will eventually pop up at the top. I think it's like a stack in a little bit to get over the amount of redstone power needed. And then while we're here, the spiders should start coming up. I have the armadillos here to scare them. This one works perfectly to scare them. I don't know why they're not. Yes, but just while I'm AFKing here, yep. They start coming up here, and I actually made a sword that is able to one-hit them. I'm just going to take like a stack of this, just so I can show that, and then it should be going all the way up. And then you get up here, and you got the string. And I hooked up some note blocks. This one right here just plays a spider sound, and then this has a little noise. Yes, but that is the whole string farm. Now I can just sit here for a while and gather a whole bunch of string to hopefully cover up all of the snow. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna, this is gonna be my new home for a little bit. I'll catch up with you guys whenever I farm all the string that I need. And now that the string is in place, I can confidently say that this mountain is complete. Now see, I don't know if it is 100% snowproof, so I think every time it snows, I'm just going to go over it again with string. But, I mean, majority of it is covered up. And this, honestly, almost doubles the amount of area that we have completed in the world. Even though there's nothing on these mountains, I think it gives a great set piece to the beach. One day, I do want to replace this mountain with something, but it is balancing the two sides, and I'm not sure what I want it to be. And this would take very, very long to hollow out. And obviously we still have some areas like down there and over there that aren't complete here yet. However, I do believe that is all that we're gonna do. We were able to make a very cool mountain, at least I think so. I think it's also very unique with the shape. I don't see many builds like this. I normally just see mountains that are more sloping like that, but I think I was able to make something very unique, and I was able to make my favorite farm in this world so far, and even kind of set down the palette for builds to come with this farm. It's not very efficient, but it definitely gives some more world building. I don't know, maybe we could have colonies of iron golems and all of these trees. I think that would be pretty cool, but we'll see what I want to do with that later. And I think I'm just going to call that an episode. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.